It is the 12th day of September 2023. A very good evening to you and welcome to Hope TV News Watch. My name is Ken Kimani and Boniface Morethi is on the sign language interpretation. As President William RUTO is tomorrow set to mark his first anniversary in office since being sworn in on the 13th of September 2022, Infotrack Research has released a poll putting RUTO's scorecard at a mean grade of C. According to the poll, RUTO's deputy Rigathi Gachagua has scored a D. At least 4,000 Kenyans across the 47 counties were interviewed in the poll that was done in two parts, that is from the 21st to the 23rd of August and on the 10th of September this year. As Alice Diana reports, the Infotrack survey further shows that a majority of Kenyans still feel that the country is headed in the wrong direction.
With just a day before President William RUTO marks 1 year in office, 40% of Kenyans feel the president has performed averagely, 30% say he has performed poorly, 21% feel that his performance is good, while 9% say his performance is exemplary. According to the Infotrack survey, RUTO's average score in his first year as president is a mean score of C at 55%.
And it's very easy to link it to the things that people are finding as the key issues of concern. How do you deal with the high cost of living? You came on the mantra and pedestal of hustler, being the president of the Wanyonge. But the Wanyonge are saying, we can't make ends meet. We can't survive. We can't find jobs. So can the hustler move from theory to action? Can we actually see some of the things that were great talks and promises being actualized into that which makes life more meaningful and affordable for Kenyans?
While releasing the poll, Infotrack CEO and founder Angela Ambitho said RUTO's performance excellent score came from Northeastern, while Nyanza led in rating him poorly.
Because his score of excellent was, by 9%, maybe the highest score was 16 in Northeastern. But otherwise, very low across the board, with the lowest score of his performance at excellent being in Nyanza, 2%. His poor rating, he got a poor rating, 33% gave him a poor rating at the coast. In Northeastern, 33% gave RUTO a poor rating of performance. In Eastern, 33% as well gave him a poor rating, 26% in Central, 22% in Rift, 31% in Western, 46% in Nyanza, and 31% in Nairobi gave him a poor rating.
The poll also revealed that Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua scored 44% in his first year in office, which translates to a mean of D.
So 46%, how does that 47% pan out? 46% rated him as having poor performance, 36% rated him as having average performance, and 14% rated him at having good performance, while 4% rated him as having excellent performance. That consolidated to a mean of 47%.
In terms of the country's direction, 53% of Kenyans currently feel the country is headed in the wrong direction, 30% feel the country is headed in the right direction, while 13% said that the country is neither headed in the wrong nor right direction. Only 3% said they did not know. Those who said that they are not happy with the country's direction mentioned the high cost of living, unemployment, and rampant corruption as some of the reasons for their answers. Those who are happy with the country's direction mentioned peace, devolution, and affordable cost of living as their reasons.
89% of those who feel that the country is headed in the wrong direction mentioned the high cost of living. So that's the main problem right now, that people can't generally make ends meet. People are struggling to, cope with the different elements that they need to deal with, and the wallet is shrinking.
The three key issues that Kenyans want the government to prioritize include the high cost of living, unemployment, and quality and cost of education.
10% at least.
Alice Diana, Hope TV News Watch.
Thank you, Alice, for that. Still on the same, the new poll released today has ranked Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki as the best performing CS in President Ruto's cabinet with 59%. The Infotrack poll placed Education CS Ezekiel Machogu at the second position with a score of 55%. Transport CS Kipchumba Murkomen, his agriculture counterpart Mithika Linturi, and Health CS Susan Nakumicha tied at position 3 with a score of 53%. The Infotrack poll has further put half of President Ruto's cabinet at a mean score of D in their respective dockets.
We also have a tie between Soipan Tuya, Musalia Mudavadi, Honorable, and Honorable Justin Muturi at 49%. And then 15, we also have a tie of many, Salim Vuria, Aisha Jumwa, Moses Kuria, and Zachary Njeru at 47%. Then we have a tie at 19 at 46% of Honorable Rebecca Miano, Simon Chelugui, Professor Juguna Dungu, and Honorable Florence Bore at 46%. Number 23, in terms of Cabinet Secretary's rating, was Honorable Davis Chirchir at 45%.
Away from that, and the Political Parties Disputes Tribunal has temporarily barred the ODM party from expelling Langata Member of Parliament Felix Odiwuor, also known as Jalango, his GEM counterpart Elisha Odhiambo, and Kisumu Senator Tom Ojenda, among other leaders from the party. The court issued the orders pending the hearing of a case filed on Monday, in which the three had challenged their expulsion from ODM party of allegations of violating the party's constitution. Grace Hati with the details.
It was a reprieve for Langata Member of Parliament Felix Odiwuor, aka Jalango, his GEM counterpart Elisha Odhiambo, and Kisumu Senator Tom Ojenda, following a court ruling which has temporarily stopped the ODM party from expelling the leaders.
Really?
This comes after Jalango, Odhiambo, and Ojenda were expelled from the party last week on Wednesday, alongside MPs Gideon Ochanda of Bondo and Karoli Omondi of Suba South, on alleged grounds of gross misconduct and disloyalty to the Orange Party.
And the party is hereby directed to commence the process of removing them from the register of the party.
While issuing the directive, the court also blocked the political party from removing the MPs from their parliamentary committee roles. The tribunal has further issued an order stopping the registrar of political parties from effecting changes in the ODM party following the expulsion of the leaders. This comes after the three, Jalango, Odhiambo, and Ojenda, filed a petition challenging their expulsion and deregistration from the party, claiming that the entire disciplinary proceedings leading to the action of the party were marred by illegalities and unconstitutionality. The leaders further claimed that the entire process did not meet the law set by the Constitution of Kenya, the Political Parties Act, as well as the ODM disciplinary rules and the ODM Constitution. The MPs are accused of violating ODM's constitution and the Political Parties Act 2011 by openly associating with and supporting activities of a rival political party, as well as opposing lawful decisions made by the ODM party organs. This even as ODM leader Raila Odinga, speaking during a meeting with Migori County ODM delegates on Friday, defended the expulsion move, saying the party can only be strong when its members are united and disciplined. The matter has been set for mention on September 25th, 2023. Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Grace Ahati.
Thank you so much, Grace, for that. Moving on, the Council of Governors has asked the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union KMPDU to consider stopping the planned doctor strike as various stakeholders address their issues. This comes as doctors in the country held peaceful processions on the state of healthcare in the country. As our very own Gloria Musimbi reports, Health CS Susan Nakumicha, who also received the petition, asked for time to peruse it, even as she challenged the doctors to be part of the solution to the many challenges facing the health sector.
Medical practitioners under the KMPDU have today held a peaceful procession to air out their grievances and protest on the state of healthcare in the country by marching from the Kenyatta National Hospital and headed to the Ministry of Health and ended their procession at the offices of the Council of Governors to file their petition.
Led by KMPDU Secretary General Davji Atela, the medics engaged in active ululations and chants and persistently demanded the presence of the Council of Governors Chair Anne Waiguru to receive their petition and address their grievances. The union has now given a 2 weeks' notice for a call to action to indulge in another peaceful procession nationwide if the challenges in the health sector are not addressed.
In the next 2 weeks, we'll give you a sign, we'll give you a notice, we'll give you a call to action for another procession. We'll do it again after another 2 weeks. Then all that we promulgate to the national strike that we cannot avoid in December if they don't implement the CBA, that we can't avoid in December if they don't employ.
Busia Deputy Governor Kizito Wangalwa, after a few hours, however, received the petition on behalf of the Council of Governors and reassured the protesting medics a follow-up to find amicable ways to resolve their grievances.
We can formally receive the petition that you have to demonstrate that we would want to look at all the issues that are therein and be able to respond appropriately. We convey the apologies of the chair and the council members because they are in their respective counties, but we are here to receive this petition on their behalf and trust us that we will be giving them this petition to consider within the day and respond to the issues that are in the petition.
The doctors have noted the country's medical fraternity is grappling with the challenge of unemployment and underemployment among doctors, which they say not only deprives these skilled professionals of meaningful employment, but also denies citizens access to the healthcare they deserve.
You won't get into a plane with a pilot who has flown for more hours, say more than 8 hours in a day. Yet you'll go to a hospital and be served by a doctor who's not slept for 2 days, right? It's very dangerous to be in a plane with a pilot who's tired. Imagine how much more dangerous that you're going to the hospital to deliver and the doctor has not even had a shower in the last 3 days, right? And that's why, if you notice, we're not talking about our pay, we're not talking about salaries, we're talking about healthcare. Healthcare is for everybody.
We will not avoid that in December if they don't take the issues of having drugs and supplies in the hospitals. The unemployment is an issue that must be sorted. We cannot normalize this. The government cannot say they want to employ 1 million Kenyans when they can't employ just 4,000 doctors who have qualified amid shortage of 50,000 doctors in the country.
Earlier, Health Cabinet Secretary Susan Nahumincha agreed to meet with the striking doctors and admitted that the country's health system needs to be overhauled. She, however, asked the doctors to give her more time to consider the petition they had handed her.
Reporting for TV Newswatch, I'm Gloria Musimbi.
Thank you so much, Gloria, for the reportage. Now, that story by Gloria takes us to a fast news break here on Newswatch, but we still have much more ahead. So, see you on the other side.
Thank you for consistently tuning in to watch and listen to our content both on Hope TV and Hope FM. You are the reason why we are on air. The CBS Family Service now comes to you every Sunday at 4 p.m. on Hope TV, Hope FM, and on Sitam Church Online.
The Holy Spirit will empower our prayer lives.
Our mission is to know God and to make Him known through evangelism and discipleship.
CBS Family Service on Hope FM and Hope TV, where you look and live.
Yesu ndiye njia.
Mtoto gani katika hii ulimwengu ameitwa Mungu mkuu?
Nasema akasema udhu billahi.
Hata leo usisema udhu billahi, tafadhali usikize.
Yesu ndiye njia. Uchambuzi wa masuala tata katika Biblia na vitabu vingine vya kidini.
We don't believe that Christ was crucified. Christ was taken right to heaven. by 4 angels, 4 archangels.
Kama Muhammad ndiye alikuwa wa kwanza kuleta dini ya Kiislamu na alikuja after Jesus, sasa inawezekanaje Ibrahimu awe Muislamu, Musa awe Muislamu?
Yesu ndiye njia, jadala wa moja kwa moja kati ya walimu wa Kikristu na dini zingine.
Wanasema Mwenyezi Mungu ana mtoto. Jambo hilo wanasema limeleta jambo ambalo linachukiza.
Siri ya Mungu ambaye Mungu amejidhihirisha katika mili. Hii yote ni ukafiri.
Mmefanya makosa makubwa sana kusema kwamba Isa ibn Maryam ni Mungu wa pili na Allah ambaye ameumba mbingu na ardhi mkasema ni Mungu wa tatu.
Yesu ndiye njia. Jumamosi kuanzia saa 1:30 jioni kwenye runinga uipendayo ya Hope TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has read the Riot Act to corrupt police officers. Speaking today during the operationalization of Elangata Uwas sub-county in Kajiado County and the installation of the first Deputy County Commissioner, CS Kindiki said that a small minority of public officers are tarnishing the image of the government by demanding bribes from Kenyans. He said such officers will be prosecuted in accordance with the law.
Hakuna mshahara unaweza kulipa wale maafisa wengi wetu ambao wameumizwa kwa bahati mbaya kwa sababu ya majambazi na ukora. Na ndiposa na wavulia kofia wale wote ambao mnafanya kazi ya usalama. Ni kazi ngumu sana. Wakati kila mtu ameenda kulala, sisi macho yetu iko wazi. Lakini vile vile kuna wachache baina yetu ambao wanatuharibia sifa. Wanaenda kuumiza wananchi. Wewe umevaa uniform ya serikali ya Kenya, unaenda kusimama kwa barabara kuitisha hongo kutoka kwa mtu maskini ambaye anasumbuka kusaidia familia yake. Mwisho wa mwezi uko na mshahara. Wewe uko na mshahara, haijalishi ni mshahara kiasi gani, uko na at least something. Huyo mwananchi hana mbele hana nyuma. Ni mama, labda ni mjane, labda ni mtoto yatima, labda ni kijana wa bodaboda. Na wewe mtu mzima afisa wa serikali uko pale, uko barabarani pale na unanyanyasa mwananchi.
Moving on, the prosecution prosecuting the Aror and Kimorer Dam scandal has yet again failed to lead 5 witnesses in the case. The prosecution had called witnesses to testify against former Treasury CS Henry Rotich, and when they took to the witness stand and were sworn in, the prosecution said they have no questions to the prosecution witnesses. The matter will be mentioned on the 26th of this month.
At the time of events, noting that they have always cooperated and heeded to previous summons to appear in court, and the said witness has not been bonded to attend court, hence the warrant of arrest has come as a shock. The court wishes to note that the investigating officer on oath stated before this court that he had bonded the said witness, and therefore that will appear on record that is a statement by the investigating officer on oath that he bonded the said witness. Nevertheless, the court has noted that concern. So we have, you say, 2 more witnesses for tomorrow?
Yes, 2 more witnesses. Considering the fact that they want for the General Secretary Bishop is attending.
Okay. So we proceed again tomorrow at 9:30 a.m.
Moving on, renowned evangelist Andrew Palau is this week hosting a 3-day gospel festival dubbed Love Nairobi Festival. The renowned televangelist has partnered with all the major church groups, ministries and umbrella groups including EAK and NCCK to bring the acclaimed Love Nairobi Festival to Kenya for the very first time. Love Nairobi Festival is a 3-day family-friendly festival that is set to attract close to 100,000 people and is a significant effort to set to foster unity, hope and love in the capital city of Nairobi. According to the organizers, the event is scheduled to take place from this Friday at the Nairobi University Sports Grounds and will feature a stellar group of celebrated international artists such as Don Moen, Pompey from Zambia and Christafari.
So allow me to say this. please do what you can to make sure that you attend this festival at Nairobi University grounds. You will not regret. Especially, I want to appeal to all young people, wherever you are and watching this episode of this time, your life will be impacted for Christ. Do what you can to come. Because if I was blessed in Cape Town, seeing the model that is working, I believe, and other ministers have been impacted, like our bishops have said.
The invitation was for them to come even before COVID. And when COVID hit, we had to change the plans. But it so happens that we are now coming, we are out of COVID, and consequently it was possible to organize at this time. And it happens that it is a time when we are coming from what you have called a crisis. But I think I said it is God loving us because He's the one who has organized that to be at that time, so that the churches in Nairobi, for example, can model how, although we come from different denominations, we can come together and work together. And hopefully the message out there will be, if the churches can come together and work together, why can't our leaders in other places also come together and work in the same way?
I thought I'll never be married God's way. I've destroyed my life, but God healed me and He restored me, gave me a new sense of purity so that I could begin in a marriage relationship. And now 30 years almost later, He's made me faithful to my wife and faithful to my children. And this is the hope. This is the power for transformation we want people to believe for in their very own lives. Miracles of reconciliation and healing. Come to Jesus Christ. This is the message of the festival, and we hope that everyone will come. It is for you, the pimps and the prostitutes and the drug dealers, businessmen, educators, students, old and young. As Bishop was saying, you're welcome. Please come. It is for you. Don't think it's just the Christians gathering together to have a big celebration. We are doing that, and you are welcome. Please join us there at the university grounds. You are patient, but I have a lot of enthusiasm for this, and I pray you will feel that welcome. And when the Spirit says come, you come. I think you will never regret it.
Rodney Morgan Howard Brown, a South African-born American evangelist, is in Nairobi for the Holy Ghost and Fire Encounter Africa Tour. Howard Brown, who is the pastor of the River Church in Tampa Bay, USA, landed in Eldoret yesterday before a two-day prayer conference at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi that ends tomorrow as he continues with his Africa Tour. While speaking to the press, the televangelist emphasized on the need for Christians to keep their faith in Christ.
So we gotta get everything back the way it's supposed to be, according in line with the Scripture. And I'll just say this: in America, everything was based on the Bible. The whole law was based on the Bible. That's what got Charles Finney saved, because he was a lawyer and he went down to the church and he heard Christians pray and he said, "They don't know what they're holding. That's a legal document, and they're not praying like it actually is real." And then he started praying, and that's when God touched him. And that Charles Finney was the start of that second great awakening, you see. So that's what has to happen, when people realize that God is real, and that even though I might be a president or ruler or governor, whatever, the day's going to stand when I stand before the judge of heaven and earth. And I can maybe get away with some stuff down here, but the day will come when I have no excuse. There's no lawyers, there's nothing. The books are open. And then he's going to demand of me, and then I have to say, what am I going to say? I have no excuse. So we got to hold everybody to account. And the same goes with business. So business, there can't be false weights and balances, people making up stuff that really doesn't benefit anybody. It's weak, it's inferior, it's going to break, but we're going to make a lot of money off of it. That should never be allowed. Everything should be done properly. So we hold business people accountable, and then churches. Churches need to stop playing games and fighting over territory and like, I own this city. Nobody owns anything. So all of these things, three aspects: government, business, and church.
Now listen to this. The Eastern African countries of Ethiopia and Eritrea are marking their new year long after the rest of the world did so. The New Year celebration is called Enkutatsh and has been marked in style in the two countries. Now, the Ethiopian year is comprised of 13 months and is 7 years behind the Gregorian calendar, meaning that while the rest of the world is in 2023, the two countries are in the year 2016. The New Year Day is observed globally on the 1st of January, while the Ethiopian version is observed on the September 11th or 12th during a leap year. Cultural experts explain that one of the reasons why Ethiopia celebrates its new year during September is a belief that the number of daylight hours and nighttime hours happens to be exactly equal around the globe once every September.
The Asian community in Kenya has been nationally recognized as the 44th tribe of the people of this great nation.
For me, God is real in Christianity. I talk to Him, He talks to me. I fail, He forgives me.
When I first read the first book of Genesis, it gave me an orderly sense of accounts of creation. Day 1 is what He does. Day 2, He creates this. Day 3.
Every third Thursday of the month, we bring you Asia Testify,
where we will be listening to life-transforming stories of Asian believers who have walked with the Lord. Only here on Hope TV. Look and live.
Welcome back. Now let's get down to business. SasaPay has unveiled a new strategy as it seeks to target increase in the number of customers based both in the country and the diaspora market. According to SasaPay Deputy CEO Daniel Njoroge, the company intends to create the day-to-day transaction platform for Kenyans in the diaspora to empower them to transact with their families, business interests, and investments in the country seamlessly from wherever they are in the world.
Tells one question. So what next? We have this beautiful license. We have got this wonderful staff. We have got our founders that have done extremely well. Like I saw someone on LinkedIn say, SasaPay is the only company that have been built on sheer grit, and we really honor them for that. All these things are here now. So what next? And what next is now shaping the next level of what shall now start realizing value for the organization, for the country, and also for the world at large.
The collection, it allows us to collect in a more effective, perhaps even more innovative way, as it also allows us to pull funds from people's wallets as a loan repayment. And then third is alternative data. As you all know, we build our credit scores using financial data that we collect from aggregated resources.
What we are unveiling today is not theory. We have some very prominent and experienced gentlemen who have spoken before me, who are already in the industry. And what we are unveiling today is informed by very serious data analytics, market survey, and really looking at artificial intelligence. And therefore, the data that we are presenting, all the plan that we are presenting to you, is backed up by comparing accurate, clean data.
Now, Ola Energy Kenya has officially opened the expanded Ola Energy Buruburu service station that now includes a service center, diverse eateries, a pharmacy, a convenience store, making it a one-stop shop for customers. Speaking during the opening ceremony, the Ola Energy Kenya General Manager and East Region Business Officer, Dr. Yusuf El-Hemali, reiterated the oil marketer's commitment to expand its footprint within the Kenyan market and to provide quality products to their customers.
One of the priorities, or let's say one of my priorities in these 5 years, to change from the normal fuel to the green hydrogen fuel, which should take place just in a few years, if God will. And this is one of our support and commitment for the environment in the country.
Our agenda is to make sure that we have satisfied customers, and we do that by providing them with the best quality products. The Optimium fuel, for example, that is additive to make sure that it takes you longer distance, it cleans your energy, it elongates the life of your engine, and also make sure that it limits the emissions and therefore taking care of the environment. If you remember, during this week, the climate change summit was being held here in Nairobi at KICC. So we are playing a big role to make sure that we also manage the environment.
To some sporting action now. Tito Okello scored the only goal in the second minute as South Sudan beat Harambee Stars 1-0 in an international friendly match held at Kasarani today. It was an anticlimax end for Harambee Stars in the FIFA international friendly window, with the homeboys having come into the match in high spirits from last week's victory over Qatar in Doha.
For today, I don't know why I was a little bit afraid after the match against Dubai that the boys are not so focused or not concentrated, but the first 10 minutes or 15 minutes was different. They were so nervous. I don't know if it's because we are after 2 years first time home. I don't know why. So we make very simple mistakes, and in the end also, if you think Joseph Okumu is one of the best we have, and he never makes a mistake like this, it happens. This is football. This is the reason why we are a team. So after this, I think we dominated totally the game. South Sudan defended very well, I have to say, but it has also to do with our play, because what we trained is forcing the sides, overlapping on the sides. It doesn't work like I wanted.
Now, Kenya Sevens head coach Kevin Wambua believes his squad is capable of going all the way and winning the Africa Sevens title, which will see them seal an Olympic ticket to the 2024 Games in Paris, France. Wambua has today named a squad which has a mixture of youth and experience for the two-day tournament set to take place in Harare, Zimbabwe this weekend, with KCB's Vincent Onyala, Kabras Sugar duo Brian Tanga and Kevin Wekesa, as well as Menengai Oilers Bildad Ogeta among the regulars. Shujaa are in Pool B alongside Zambia, Namibia, and will begin the Olympic qualifiers against Nigeria, then tackle Namibia before completing group stage action against Zambia.
The Olympic qualifier has come soon, but for us it's just a test in terms of the steps that we've taken to rebuild the Sevens program. And we know, we believe we'll be going down to Zimbabwe and show how far we've come in the last few weeks. We remain resilient. As I said, the challenges are there. As men and women in rugby, we anticipate the challenges and we face them head on. So as we go through this phase, rebuilding our strength and our belief in the structures that we've had before, the matches in Zimbabwe will be exciting, because I know we will do well from the commitment that has been put in by the technical team.
Of course, rugby is all about entertainment, enjoying the game. We will put in whatever is needed to be put in to get this team to perform as the board. Because our dream is to come back to the 7th series. We want to qualify for the Olympics. And straight up, we are looking for a win this weekend, and we are confident that this team can produce those results. There's been a lot of serious, heavy training that the team has been undergoing, and we thank our partners, Sport Pressa, who have stood by us, who are the main sponsors of the National Sevens team, Shujaa, and who have just also sponsored the Sport Pressa Sevens series.
And finally, the 2022 African Club champions KCB hammered Kenya Army 3-0 in the Kenya Volleyball Federation League fixture held at the Nyayo Stadium today afternoon. The Bankers defeated their opponents by sets of 25-10, 25-13, and 25-7 to maintain their winning streak in the local league ahead of the playoffs scheduled for later this month. The Bankers will be eyeing a strong finish to the league phase of the season tomorrow as they clash with Vihiga and Nairobi Water before the much anticipated playoffs. Now with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Thank you so much for watching Hope TV News Watch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the whole team that made this bulletin a success, have yourself a blessed night. My name is Ken Kimani, and Boniface Morithi has been the sign language interpreter.